Hi, I'm Mr. Smith, and welcome to Painting, How Much Paint to Buy, the first lesson in the Art and Design 101 series. In art, before you begin painting a canvas or wall, you need to estimate the amount of paint you'll use. Estimates require specific calculations for each surface you want to paint. To estimate the amount of paint you need in order to cover the walls of a room, add together the length of all the walls, and then multiply the number by the height of the room from floor to ceiling. The number you get is the room's square footage. Is that math class coming back to you now? Now you have to determine how much of that square footage is paintable surface area. Because you use a different paint on the doors and windows, subtract those areas from the room total. No sweat. Just subtract 20 square feet for each door and 15 square feet for each average size window in the room. You end up with a number that is close to the actual wall area you have to cover with paint. In general, you can expect 1 gallon of paint to cover about 350 square feet. You also need to consider whether or not to paint more than one coat. Now, for the clincher of the math problem, divide the paintable wall area by 350, the square foot coverage in each gallon can, to find the number of gallons of paint you need for the walls. You can round uneven numbers here. If the remainder is less than 0.5, order a couple of quarts of wall paint to go with the gallons. If the remainder is more than 0.5, order an extra gallon. Now, step 1. Use the following formula to estimate the amount of ceiling paint you need. Double the results if the ceiling requires 2 coats. Number 1. Multiply the length of the ceiling times its width to find its area. In this example, we have a 14-foot length and a 20-foot width. That gives us 280 square feet. Step number 2. Divide that number by 350, the estimated square feet covered per gallon, to figure out how many gallons of paint you need. In this example, it's 280 divided by 350, which gives us 0.8. So for this example, you want to buy 1 gallon of ceiling paint for a single coat. Now step 3. Use the following formula to estimate the amount of wall paint you need. Double the results if the walls require 2 coats. Number 3. Add together the length of each wall. In this example, it's 14 plus 20 plus 14 plus 20 feet, and that equals 68 feet. Step 4. You're going to multiply the sum by the wall height to find the total wall area. In this example, it's 68 feet times 8, and that equals 544 square feet. Step 5. Subtract 20 square feet for each door, 20 times 2 equals 40, and 15 square feet for each window, 15 times 2 equals 30, to find the actual amount of wall area you're painting. So in this example, we have 544 square feet minus the 70 feet from the doors and windows, and that equals 474 square feet. And finally, step 6. We're going to divide this figure by the paint coverage, 350 square feet per gallon, and the result is the number of gallons to purchase. We have 474 divided by 350, and that equals 1.4. So for this example, you want to buy 1 gallon and 2 quarts of paint for a single coat. Now, I would like to thank all of you for your attention in this lesson. Once again, this is Painting, How Much Paint to Buy, the first lesson in the Art and Design 101 series. Now I'd like all of you to turn to page 105 of your text and work on a couple of more of these problems to determine how much paint you need for a canvas or a wall. Thanks.